After a long hot summer, you're probably thinking, what do I do to make sure my garden's back on track? Well, the very first thing is have a look at your plants. And there's some really good indicators here that there's stress, there's dry stress in these. Agapanthus are about as tough as you get, but when you see burning on the end of the leaves like this and a lot of dead foliage underneath, you can pretty much tell that things are not quite right. And just over here, some big dry patches in the turf. But when you look above, the tree's also telling you, so this is a callistemon, a bottle brush. There's these dead branches everywhere, and they're dead because there's dry pockets in the soil down here, and its roots were going through. Those roots were sending nutrients and moisture up to those branches, and when they don't get it, they start dying. These are all indicators that you need to make sure you're getting even water penetration into the soil. There's one way to do it. I know you're going to say, sure, adding a wetting agent is easy, but there's wetting agents and then there's wetting agents. For a start, the granular types typically use cocopeat or spongylites as a carrier, and they're applied dry. These are okay and do a good job generally, but I prefer the liquid forms. Now, you'll apply these as a hose-on or via a watering can. And you can see them activating and penetrating the soil on application, which is important. Now, applying this on garden beds is very, very important, but I've got to tell you, one of the most important things you can do is apply it over plants with pots. In fact, big tubs like this really benefit from a solid soaking. And what you want to do is make sure you wash it in so you can see the bubbling going on at the surface of the pot. What this does is it encourages even penetration of moisture through the soil. And that bubbling is actually air bubbles or pockets in the soil bubbling its way back up and allowing moisture all the way through. This will keep your plants looking good for 6 to 12 months if you apply now. And then there's the next generation, and these are the hose-ons, which are so good for big areas, so lawns, or if you have a huge garden bed and you just want to hose it over the top, this is the way to do it. And what a good way to make sure that you're actually getting the moisture in around the grass's roots. Once you've done this, you'll find the grass will green up straight away, and in no time, it'll be spreading across, covering patches. Now is the time to be applying a wetting agent to make sure that all the winter rains are actually penetrating and reaching your plant's roots. So get out and do it this weekend.